you've created an AI video recently, then you know that AI has really come very far. I mean, we've gone from making videos that look like this to actually making cinematic videos that look like this. There are so many AI video making tools out there, and they are great at creating a single clip or a single scene. But things start to fall apart if you want to create the same consistency, the same characters across multiple scenes. You realize that you start to get different characters. The setting or background is all different. Google has made this so much easier by creating their AI filmmaking and cinematic tool called Flow. For the purpose of this demo, I'm actually going to be building out a short cinematic film that features a developer working at his laptop, at night, it's raining, he's sipping his coffee from his mug, and then he stands up, picks up his laptop and walks out of the room. So that's actually the film that we're going to be building with Google Flow. Let's get started. To access Google Flow, you go over to labs.google/flow. So this is the screen you see, and you just click on Create with Flow. So once you click on that, it's going to bring you to this interface that prompts you to start a new project. So click on this New Project button. The first thing you want to do when you're creating any film or any video at all in Google Flow is to give it a name. So at the top left corner right here, I'm actually going to call this Midnight Programming. Now, when you get into the Flow interface, there are different options. Flow allows you to create an image, a video. So for an image, you'll notice that there are different layouts or different sizes of the image. You can choose to go with the 16:9, 4:3, 1:1, up until 9:16. And there are also different variations of the image that you can create at any point in time. You can also choose your model. This shows that I'm using the Nano Banana Pro model. And to generate any image in Google Flow, you use 0 credits. To create a video in Flow, you can start with an image. You can use frames and you can use ingredients. We'll be using frames for the purpose of this demo. You also have 2 different layouts, the 9:16 ratio and the 16:9 ratio. Now, this is something I want you to pay attention to. When generating a video in Flow, you can choose to generate a video with 1 variation, 2 variations, 3 or 4 variations. But here's the thing. See, when I select 2 variations, you notice that I'm going to be using 40 credits. This tells you that the more variations you use, the more credits that will be spent. And in terms of the model, I'm just going to leave this on the fast model and change this to a single variation. Now you understand the user interface of Flow, you know how to navigate and find your way in Flow. But here's something I want to show you. Many people, when they want to create a video in Flow, they instantly go into the video and they just want to prompt it to generate a flow. But there's a better workflow. So this workflow is to actually start creating a video from an image. So the first thing we want to do is to switch to image generation. And here we're actually going to generate an image. Generating an image for your video ensures that the character is consistent across your scenes. So I have my prompt here and I'm going to paste it into Flow. So I'm saying that I want a cinematic night interior. The developer should be seated at a desk illuminated by a soft laptop glow. I'm going to be putting the entire prompts I use for this video in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. So I send this. I'm going to generate 2 variations since it costs me 0 credits, and I send this into Flow. Flow has generated the image that we'll be using for reference when creating our video. I like this image and I'm just going to go to the top 3 dots right here and click on Add to Prompt. So right now, what we need to create now is the video using this image. So instead of image, we're going to go to video. Now I'm going to paste in the prompt that will create the video and send this into Flow. Oops, I made a mistake. I should have turned my variations to just a single variation, but well, it's all good. Don't make the same mistake when you're generating yours. Ensure that you stick to creating 1 video variation per time. So let's see what Flow generates for me. This took about 60 seconds for Flow to generate the video. So let's preview this and see how it looks like. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's preview the second one and see how this looks like as well. Okay, so I definitely prefer the other one, so I'm going to go with this. Now I want a different scene. I want to see the developer stretch, be in a relaxed position and even sip coffee from her mug. But instead of going back to this prompt box and starting a different scene from scratch, all I need to do is to click into this video and then I hit extend. So extend is what helps you maintain the same consistency, the same setting, and even the same character across your entire video or scene when you're creating a video in Flow. So I'm going to click on extend, and now I'm going to send in a prompt. Now this prompt is really detailing everything I want to see in this next clip. So I'm going to send it into Flow. Flow just finished, so let's check out how the entire video looks like. This is just what I want, nearly perfect. You notice that there was a smooth transition from one scene to the other. It maintained the same character, the same settings, and really the same vibe across the two different scenes. So let's create the next scene after this. The developer stands up, grabs her laptop, and then walks out of the room. How exactly can we do this? It's very similar to what we did the last time. So we're still going to be extending the same video, and I have my prompt, so I'm going to paste it in right here and send it into Flow. Flow just finished. This took about a minute or so, so let's preview what this looks like. Alright, so let's talk about what Flow just generated. It definitely already looks extremely cinematic, and you know, it looks like a short film. So in terms of the consistency, the character is maintained throughout the different scenes of the video. In terms of the setting, it's the same setting thanks to extending the video. Now in terms of the final scene, you notice that it's not perfect. There's still things that can be improved on with more prompting, but we'll leave it as it is. And I want to show you one last thing in Flow, which is the scene builder. So I'm going to add this to scene builder, what we just generated. So scene builder is kind of like a way for you to arrange the different scenes in your entire film. So think about it. For a film, you probably have 10-20 different scenes. So you come into scene builder and you start to rearrange or remove. It's more like an editor for your different scenes. So right now I can click on this where I can arrange. So I can put this in front, I can put this at the back, and just, you know, switch out the entire settings. But I'm gonna leave it as it was earlier. This is the final scene right here, and hit on done. And now I can preview everything that I have right now in scene builder. And once you're fine with the entire arrangement or the order of your scene, then feel free to hit download. This is the part that actually stood out to me and made me love Flow. The fact that the entire scenes for your film can be consistent. This is just wild, because almost every other tool out there, it takes a whole lot of prompting to get the same consistency across your different scenes. But with Flow, this is made so much easier. So if you're a creative or you're a filmmaker, you definitely want to try Flow in your workflow. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. My name is Esther, and I'll see you on the next one.